Hi, my name is Cody Griffith. Been going to the swap meet in 2005, so it's about 10, 11 years. About 16 years old, got a booth, ended up meeting Alan, and we've been buddies ever since.
You get a good deal on something, you know, there's always something you may or may not need, so it's a disease.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those can't miss events, you know, for the year, whether you're going to buy anything or not. I mean, just come look at everybody's stuff, and, you know, there's a variety of things, whether you got hot rods or Jeeps or Toyotas or diesel trucks, something for everybody.
Like, one of my greatest memories of Puyallup swap meet was when I made Alan Lumberg pick up the other end of a Rockwell front end. Just the two of us loaded a Rockwell front. It was not fun.
We bought a truck for $470, including the tailgate, and it netted us $4,700 by the time all the trading was done, within about a 3-week period.
Making money and taking home free stuff.
Finding the right part you really need for real cheap, or hoping somebody doesn't know what they have and you can get a really screaming deal on it.
I like seeing all the old friends that we've met there for years, the different contraptions that people have thought would work and doesn't.
Meeting new people, seeing old friends, just talking, BSing.
Puyallup swap meet's like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
One man's junk is another man's treasure. I don't see no junk there. I see a lot of good stuff.
My name is Alan, and I have an addiction. But drugs or alcohol have no part in my life. I've never smoked anything, never chewed tobacco, never drank a beer, though that doesn't stop me from having friends that do. Safety, respect, and responsibility doesn't mean that you can't have fun. We live in the inland Northwest, a land of mud, rocks, and mountains. In my world, Larry is the delivery guy, and Jeremiah is the cable guy. We're a big group of people of all different types that share a common interest, and for the most part, all get along. It's like one big happy and slightly dysfunctional family. Regardless, I'm honored to share my journey with all of these people I call friends, and I want to share their stories with you. This is my life of big trucks and low bucks. After I dropped off a couple axles this morning, Orville and I are stopping in at Spinneybent to check out their projects and progress on Lloyd's megatruck transformation. Luke Roberts happened to be at the shop too today.
Yeah, I know you're my dad and see what he.
How's it going?
What's up, guys?
Mr. Ben?
How's it going?
Pretty good.
Performance aluminum handmade coilovers out of New York. It's gonna pull a bass boat. And, it'll be a nice driving rig when it's all done. One of the smartest mechanics I've ever known, and we've been working together since '99. It's gonna be pretty awesome, you know. I'm highly involved in it. I'm in the cab design and suspension, and we're designing it with some oversteer in the rear end and some understeer in the front end, and making sure the wheel centers are proper, and it'll be all adjustable as far as the anti-squat, anti-dive goes.
definitely going to be a whole different animal than the rig that it used to be.
I do whatever it takes to make a living, and I'm doing exactly what I want to do. I love it. Mostly general automotive, yeah, that's what Lloyd handles. And he's the best mechanic I know, and definitely happy to have him. We've been working together for like 16 years now.
Truck you just got in to repair.
Oh, that's Packy Primo. That's Bill Paxton's brother, a good friend of ours. I sell the axle techs and have steering and brakes and skid plates and all kinds of stuff for the Axle Tech axles. I think I've sold probably 4 or 5 local sets, and probably 4 or 5 sets where people traveled to come get them.
It was nice visiting with Ben, but he's got to take off now and take care of some family business. Next, we're stopping here in Athol, Idaho, and we're checking on Greg and Mark and seeing what they've got going on today.
I'm Greg with Rocky Mountain Off-Road. Today we're kind of getting ready to get things organized for the Puyallup Swap Meet the Moonshiners Club puts on every year over in Puyallup, Washington. We've been going for 6 or 7 years. We started out renting a couple booths just to put our own stuff in, so we had passes to get inside, and now it's evolved into a monster where we've got outside stalls so we don't have to haul parts for buying so far, and we have more time to shop. I always go just to buy inventory for the shop here so I can sell people parts cheaper. I'll buy used stuff that I know I can sell, and I'll buy new stuff that I know I can sell at the right prices, but it all ends up to buy inventory for the shop, so I go. Fun about Puyallup is you never know what the theme is each year. There's been Jeep years where it's all Willie's Jeep stuff. There's been full-size years where it's all full-size truck parts, and each year it seems to be a different area that people end up bringing things. Last year, for some reason, people brought a lot of winches for sale. I always go looking for differential parts, gears, differential carriers, axles, this type of thing, because that's what our mainstay is here. It's what I can resell used and save people money. So I come back with thousands of pounds of iron for differentials year in, year out. Each year we plan on we get there super early Saturday morning and get moved in, shop the line of everybody that's moving their stuff in, and then Saturday night is a big night out. We go, everybody meets up, or as many as we can get in restaurants. We meet up and have big dinner and party and stuff, and talk about all the toys that we're building or not building or wanting to build, and it's a real big camaraderie. Quite a fun time for everybody. We have shopping carts. We have flatbed roller carts that we push around the fairgrounds so we can load the big heavy stuff. We've got it scienced out pretty good where we don't have to hurt ourselves too much. Years past, Alan has brought a forklift so we can lift the really heavy stuff. We're looking into that with his Tommy lift truck. We've just got a Tommy lift on the back so we can get an axle to that and Tommy lift it on and not have to handle everything several times and hurt ourselves basically loading big heavy stuff. And you just play the game. We've done it enough now that we know that that's how it works, and it's a riot. I don't search and find, and it's fun. It's more of an archaeology thing to me. It's like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen one of those forever. You know, it's quite a fun thing for me in that respect there.
While we're here, Greg and Mark are going to help us load up the 12-valve Cummins engine that I've had stored in the other shop. And I'm going to go ahead and pick up the transfer case and the 6-speed transmission that I've had for the Suburban project stored here. And now we're headed on out. I'm here in the snow at my place, starting up the C4, which is the Cummins powered Chevy crew cab, for the first time since last fall. I've got to unload a full flatbed of stuff from the back of it that's been sitting in it since last October. Then I've got to load a 6-speed transmission up for it that's going to replace the one in it, which has bad 5th gear synchros right now. Since I'm running short on time before the swap meet, I'm taking the truck to Joe Hildebrand's shop in Spokane to swap it out. Next, I'm seeing if I can figure out why my van quit running a while back. It had corrosion on the terminals in the distributor cap last year, and I cleaned them and put it back on. But sure enough, it's the same problem all over again. This time, I'm replacing the whole cap. Then, since the battery's dead, I have to swap batteries from this 1974 Chevy truck into the van to see if it'll start and run. Sure enough, that's the problem. It's running like normal now, but only a test drive will tell. Yep, it's running great. And here I thought maybe it jumped time or something even worse. But now that it's back running and driving, I can go ahead and plan to take this with us to the 4x4 swap meet in Puyallup, Washington, so that we have a runaround vehicle over there, and so I can also sleep in the back if I have to. But I need to head back to my place now to get back to work. Alright, enough goofing off. Time to load the van and the C4 on the big trailer and start getting ready to head into Spokane so that I can drop off the van at a friend's place closer to town and to drop off the C4 at Joe's shop to have the clutch and transmission changed out. I'm going to be driving the silver dually with high miles and using it to run back and forth this week, and hopefully everything will go well. Over the last few weeks, Dale Merriman and Sam Taylor have been hard at work helping me out here, getting the new 45 by 60 building put up that we ordered through McDaniel Contracting. This new building is replacing the old one that's been here since, I think, 1999. And before that, it was the old airplane hangar that my dad had down at the airport, and he reused those materials and put the building up here just to cover the trailers and stuff. For that fact, I'm naming this building the hangar, based on what my dad's old building was that used to be here. Dale and Sam are hard at work, and this is coming together pretty quick. I'm in Spokane, getting fuel. I dropped off everything, and I hooked up to my 20-foot trailer, getting fuel for the backhoe, and I just picked up this car. And now I've got to head back up to my place. Today's Saturday, the weekend before the swap meet. I've got a lot of stuff left to do and things to get done up there. Plus, I still have to go back and forth a couple more times from Ione to Spokane. So I don't have a lot of time left to goof around. Also today, Sam, Dale, and Raven are up there, continuing to work on the building.
Just trying to get the sidewalls on today, so not so much to do Monday. Got to get the lift back. Why I'm up there on a glorious Saturday when I should be putting my 409 together.
And I just got up here too, freeing up some rusty tools, using this jack that I picked up yesterday from Dustin Buckingham, lifting up the trailer and pulling out the damaged axle. But now someone else is coming down the driveway.
Hi, I'm Michael Heffel. I came up here to Alan's property today to get some camper parts for my camper, keep my family warm, and had to get some door panels for Stan, and which now he owes me dinner for it. I'm gonna make him cook me some smoked ribs.
You broke Stan's door panel?
Yeah, I broke his door panel right here because I didn't see there was a screw in there, but whatever, he's a glass guy, he can fix it.
Mike's headed out now with his and Stan's parts. And as soon as he pulled out, Nash pulled in with my other trailer and some stuff to unload. Nash is also going to help out up here, but first I'm going to start tearing apart the blue 74 Chevy. I kind of hate to do it, but its parts are going to other vehicles. We're going to pull the motor out, pull the training transfer case out, and this motor is going to go into a bump to pass car. John's helping me tear the blue Chevy apart, and sadly, it's the end of the road for this two-owner truck, but rust got the best of it. Now I'm finally starting to finish pulling the body off my 91 Dodge. I drove it last year, but I want to put my 73 International body on it. Nash is helping me pull the Dodge body off, which I made a deal on to Mike Millward a few months ago. So I'm getting it off the frame, loaded on the trailer, and ready to go. This morning, I'm pulling the Cummins motor out of my 94 Dodge frame. I've got to rob the clutch off the back of the motor and use this clutch for my 78 Chevy crew cab with a 12 valve, which is starting to slip. So, pulling this clutch off, getting it ready to go. Robert showed up, needed the motor yanked out of his crew cab and brought home, so we're getting that loaded up right now. Now, I'm loaded up with the other motor, the Dodge body, my clutch, and a few other parts, and headed in. I'm headed now to Modco, which is Mike Millward's shop. His son Ben and him work there and do gear work and work on all kinds of different rigs. Mike has a Dodge similar to this, and he's going to use it for parts or for his spare body.
Hi, my name's Ben Millward. I'm with Modco. Alan Lundberg was over here for dropping off a Dodge body for my dad for spare parts and pieces, so he can continue on with his old Dodge love interest.
I can slide that tire out.
I really hated to tear this Dodge apart, but I know that the body is going to a good home and will probably get used. Ben and his dad, Mike, have been going to the Puyallup swap meet also for more years than even I have. And just like me, they're in the last minute battle to get stuff ready to go and get things in order so that they can leave. So we're going to go ahead and finish getting this Dodge body set down safely and talk to them a little bit about getting ready for the swap meet trip.
The most craziest part of our life is getting ready for the swap meet. Got customers still needing to get taken care of and parts to select through that we know that will sell. And
yeah, so we're putting a list together so we don't take things we got to bring back.
Trying to get the stuff that we know that we want figured out, and then everybody comes in and asks, we're going to help, you know, if you got it, if you find it, bring it home, I'll buy it, type deal.
Finding what you need and didn't realize you needed it. You'll see it there. And then finding what you were looking for is there in the first place, and more.
But swap meet's one of the most fun times of our life too.
It's always been worth making a trip to, no matter what. It's always been worthwhile. Always came away happier than if I hadn't have gone.
The good deals, the parts, just about everything of the swap meet's been fun.
It was good talking with Ben and his dad Mike. But now, I've got to head back into town, maybe try to get a little bit of sleep, and start in the morning. Today, I'm picking up some manual transmission fluid and bringing it out to Joe's shop, along with the clutch. Austin Ford is here helping working at Joe's. Him and Joe are lifting the truck up to get the transmission out. In the meantime, I've got to run and meet up with Judd McDaniel.
I told Dale we were going back to the basics with these crew cab Chevys. He's like, can we at least keep the nail guns and the air compressors?
What are you going to do with that one now?
It's going to be my personal truck now.
So, and then this one's going to be the work truck.
Work truck.
In the spirit of wheeling and dealing, I'm trading off my 88 Chevy Crew Cab Dually to Judd for the last remaining payment on the 45 by 60 building that they built for us. I just finished dropping off the 350 engine that came out of the blue Chevy. And now I'm here at Larry's, picking up his step side that he needs moved out of his garage. I'm hauling the truck and taking it up to my place to store it up there for now. I'm stopping in today at my brother's to say hi to Betty, which is his mom and my dad's first wife. She was in the hospital a couple weeks ago.
Hi, how are you doing? That's good. Got a little bit here. All right.
See you later, alligator.
Yeah, we'll see you.
Driveway is a complete mess. But I've got to get in here and drop this truck off. I've got to pick up our carts and parts that are going with to the swap meet, get them loaded up, get back into town so that I can finish getting ready. Here in town, I've got running to do. I've got to run out to pick up the title for the box truck from Larry. Then I've got to run clear back across town and pick up the C4, which is at Joe's shop. My crew cab is finished with the different transmission and clutch put in it. Him and Austin finished it, and I've got to pick it up, so I'm headed there now. Dropping off the Jeep, grabbing the truck, headed to the Department of Licensing in a hurry. Hopefully I can get this title transferred. Oh, now they want more paperwork. Waiting again. Now I've got to go get my license renewed. Hurry up, truck.
Now serving are 472 and counter number 1.
Okay, now they'll let me license it. One more trip, I hope, and boy, this is taking forever. Okay, now got the licensing done. Me and Nick are running up to pick up a Chevy Tahoe for parts that Rick gave me, loading it on the trailer while we're headed up to pick up the box truck. So we're headed to pick up the box truck now. Now we got to unload the Tahoe that we just picked up, get it off the trailer. Now we found an exhaust clamp missing on the box truck, but we checked the oil, we're gonna have to go anyways. We're getting the box truck backed up to the trailer, getting the trailer hooked up, pulled forward, getting the van started, getting the van loaded on the trailer, and finally headed back home. It's gonna be a long night. So this morning, I'm starting on the C4. I've got a bunch of air in my lines for the power steering pump and the hydro boost setup. It really doesn't want to steer, and it really doesn't want to stop. It's taking me forever, but I think I can bleed all the air out of the system. I thought I was going to have to change the power steering pump, but by the looks of it, it's just an air blockage somewhere, and it's finally working the air out of the system. Now that I got the steering going, I'm draining the gear lube in the rear axle. That's definitely past due. Once I get the gear lube changed in the rear end, I've got to hook up to the trailer, load up some last stuff, and finally head out. This is the 10th year that I've been making this trip to go to the 4-wheel drive Spanaway Moonshiner swap meet in Puyallup, Washington. It's a journey every year, and every year it's a different adventure. The very first year, Kevin Reese and I went over to check it out ourselves. And ever since then, we've brought more and more people to go with every year. This year I'm making a stop near George, Washington to talk to Daniel Buchanan. His Blazer is on a frame that I sold him a while back, and I'm going to use some of that money to go towards the swap meet. He's here at Camco, Cameron Smith's shop. I'm going to talk with them about some of their projects and see what's going on. Daniel is here today, adding a few personal touches on his K5 Blazer. He's happy with how the 4-link design turned out that Will and Couric at Dynamic Motorsports did last summer. This frame was a frame from a Blazer that I had, and he's adding a few extra cross members and braces to it, as well as a rear sway bar. While I'm here, I'm also talking with Robert Smith about how they're soon going to be expanding the Camco Racing Innovation shop. It's always going to be nice to have extra workspace for the projects that they're working on for customers, and of course, their own rigs. But it's starting to get late in the day here, and I've got to head back onto the freeway, headed west towards the Puyallup Fairgrounds. Tomorrow is vendor setup, and in my 10th year of making this trip to the swap meet, it's become all too routine, and for other friends as well.
This is my second year. I believe this will be my 4th year in a row.
Been coming here 5 years in a row.
This is our 10th year. 10th swap meet.
My first year of going was 1997. Next year, the whole family went over and ever since.
I look forward to it every year. I come every year because every year I need something, and every year I find it. Precious metals.
I'm stopped here at the Walmart in Auburn, Washington to pick up some supplies for the swap meet, and more importantly, this shirt. Why do I need just a plain white shirt? Well, I'm going to customize it, because every year that we go out to the Puyallup swap meet, it seems like it's my birthday. So, this is going to be my birthday shirt. So, I'm going to surprise them with a little customization on this that, they'll see what it is later.
This is like Christmas morning. Buying, selling, buying, selling.
Last night was Christmas Eve.
Yeah, it was tough to sleep. And we get to see a bunch of people we don't ever get to see, so it's nice to hang out and have a fun weekend and make a little money and have some fun.
And get what we need.
Yeah.
I have to say, every year I look forward to this trip. Yeah, it's just a bunch of old used car parts, but for some reason, it's the thrill of looking through it all, seeing what you can find, getting a good deal, and wheeling and dealing. That's what it's all about. But more importantly, seeing friends and people that I've met over the years. Sometimes we don't get to see each other that often due to our different schedules and, well, living in different places, but this swap meet brings us together every year, and it's always a good time. Even if we don't score the deal of the century, it's still worth coming over and hanging out.
The rewards of what you find that you thought you needed or that you're looking for are much more than what it takes to get yourself from here to there. There's always at least one treasure that's coming home with you thinking, well, I got that, or I found this, and you wouldn't have if you didn't go.
Can't wait for spring. Hell, it is spring over here. Fucking grass is growing, trees are blooming.
Today is vendor setup day, but the vendors get an early sneak peek at all the parts and things that are coming in, and we're shopping the line before everyone else gets here.
And you know, most of everything here you see so much Jeep stuff. Really, from my grandpa. I'm looking for a PTO and an overdrive.
That me too. I got some Timex in the truck if you go.
Hey, I'm there, Marty. It's warmer than he might. Well, I mean, it's kind of soft.
He's got to make sure the contours fit. You know.
Yeah, he's always trying to figure it out.
Yeah, I thought this happened in the gene pool there. His dad's like 6'6", big. And then I see Marty and I'm thinking, I think the best part run down his leg or something. And then I met his mom this morning. I know where he gets it.
Yeah, little thing, huh?
Oh yeah, she's a little bitty thing. I mean, it's fitting image. Yeah. So that tells me Marty could have been a girl.
Damn it.
Boom. It's almost like it's built for a Dodge. Take 150 cash for it? No? 200 he said. He'll give you 200. He said he bolted it on already, don't want to unbolt it. They're 75 apiece.
Now we know what happened to Kevin's nuts, poor little guy.
Those are cute little set. Twice as big as yours. Twice as big as yours, huh? Oh, you still got teeth marks on them though. What are you doing? If those were mine, they're swollen. Those aren't my teeth marks. Those are Marty's.
Marty got the pacifier there.
So you just sold your oil pan out of the back of your truck to someone that rode with you there.
I didn't know that. Shop before we left the house. Wait a minute, we got to knock the price down. It's got more miles on it now.
Yeah.
And we just haul all our stuff over here, wheel and deal between us, leave everyone else out of it, go home.
Well, it looks like Nick, Whitney, and Brandon are pulling up now in the box truck and my van.
Swap meet ready?
Yeah, I had my chocolate breakfast.
Oh, we brought you some snacks.
Oh.
We had donuts from
And we brought you donuts, but left them at the hotel. I'm sorry.
We brought my van with so that we had something else to drive around with instead of using the trucks. So we're going to get the van unloaded here so that we can take the box truck and the trailer into the vendor setup area and leave the van outside so that I can run around with it later on tonight. Of course, no trip like this is complete without a good plan. And Whitney's been formulating a plan on where we're going to eat out at tonight and the night after. So let's see what the plan is.
I looked up all the top 10 restaurants in Puyallup, and I have it mapped out for our dinners each night. And I made sure there
Each
were
night? How many nights are we staying here?
Saturday and Sunday. And I made sure there are only $2 signs for you, so you'll be happy. There was good $10 options.
Are the steaks bigger than this?
Yes. Promise.
Do they take groups of rowdy people?
Yeah, but just let me know how many so I can call and make reservations.
Okay.
So there's 2 different options. One of them is more like an Italian theme.
Let us fast forward now to our experience at the Italian restaurant on Swap Meet and Eat.
These are my manager's keys. I'm not kidding you. There's the kitty. So call me Kitty.
Where are we? All right, so we are at Mama Stortini's.
Yes,
Am I
that's
saying it
correct.
correctly? Okay. And we just did their all-day happy hour today at Sunday, and it was amazing. And so we have our wonderful waitress here, Kitty.
Kitty, as in kitty cat. Kitty cat.
And we're gonna ask her a few questions about her experience waiting on us. So, first question. We would like to know what your first impression was of us as a group. Yes.
I was glad that you were here, to tell you the truth. Yeah. I did.
Were you slightly overwhelmed at all by how many items we ordered?
No, I knew you were hungry, and you're a big eater, and you're probably just as big. You were hungry. You were hungry. You came to the right place. I told you you were in the right restaurant and the right server.
Yes.
Yeah.
Would you invite us back again?
That's why I gave you my name. For when you come back next year, you're going to call ahead of time, and you're going to make a reservation. You're going to ask to sit in Kitty's section. You don't know exactly what you're talking about. I'm not going anywhere. I've been here since 2007.
You actually did notice that there was an event going on locally.
Yeah, we knew there was an event. Yeah. Yeah, we can tell.
All the trucks driving down the road with
and jeeps and everything. Yeah.
Cool. Well, we're really happy to have had Kitty as our waitress, and it was awesome. Our food was great, and we're very thankful to you.
Yeah, great.
Yes, thank you very much.
Now we're going to finish our evening with flash fried Oreo dessert. There you go. Ta-da!
Would you look at that?
It's amazing.
And you want to take our server home in a box.
She's adorable. If I could box up Kitty and have her serve me at every single meal, I would I would be in heaven. She just, every time she comes, she's like, I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to take care of you.
She even gave Nick extra Parmesan.
Yeah.
A lot.
Kitty is a special lady, and I would love to take her home with me and have her serve me at every meal because of what a great job she does. When a waitress is willing to take the Parmesan grater and fill up 2 full soup cups of Parmesan for my boyfriend, you know that she's a keeper.
So what did we order?
The whole menu pretty much.
Brandon, I'd like to ask you, when you saw flash fried Oreos with vanilla ice cream on the menu, how did that make you feel?
It was alright, I guess. I mean, I like Oreos, deep fried.
Flash
fried.
They don't go very deep. It's just a flash.
When you experience the first bite of that meatball, how did it make you feel?
Less hungry.
Less hungry.
When you first met Kitty Cat, how did she make you feel?
Comfortable. She's pretty cool.
How do you expect next year's swap meet to go?
Without a hitch.
Are you gonna be there?
He's the hitch.
You're the.
And that concludes Swap Meet and Eat, and we now return you to the regularly scheduled Swap Meet episode.
Oh, we hit 65. Is that good enough?
Yeah, we didn't feel what 65 felt like driving the box truck over.
What did you buy now?
Oh, it's dirty inside.
Free of charge. Free nails.
Oh shit, I forgot about my nails and my dirty.
Those are 16 penny galbies. You know how much those are worth?
Dude, there's 2 brand new bugger pellets in there too.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Made it, huh?
Yeah, we just took
They
our
drug
time.
you over here too, huh?
took our time with the way Dad and the
How's it going? Hey, how's it going?
Good.
How many just
2 rigs.
2 rigs, okay.
Right here.
Oh, yeah.
Hi, I think we own an excursion. Trying to look at that. we are kind of excursion friendly.
Well, how many vehicles are there?
I know
I'm not.
Kurt's vehicle needs one.
Okay,
putting his trailer in.
he's got 2.
We just need to take Mark's in and unhook the trailer.
How long is the trailer?
20 plus tons.
Problem. So, we've got our normal row right here.
Okay. So the plan.
But now I got 2 here.
Oh,
so we got,
good.
but they're side by side instead of end to end, so that might be a problem on trailer length.
Okay.
Remember we had the one
Right
here,
where the white truck was.
but now we've got side by side 2 here, so there's a little more space. I've got these 2 also, but we've got 3 here and 2. But so
That's the spot.
So do you want to do that?
I think that'd be the best. So put 2 trailers side by side right there.
Okay.
And then come time to leave, you know.
There's a rule here for we have to be out by 6 p.m. and remember that rule didn't really appear until that one year
After
that we
stirred it up, we were like 7:30.
They kept asking us when we were leaving.
When are
and
you going? Are you guys done? So then they started putting that rule in. I think we had 60 tires. We hauled back, and oh my gosh! And we still were loading and loading and loading and loading. Oh, it's a good time. It's cool to see all the different people, the parks, and what they're building.
This is the steak and cheddar.
This is your steak and cheddar.
I thought we were replaced tires on that. Well, didn't we bring a spare? They don't have a birthday special, do they?
Yeah, oh yeah, they do. We bought a truck for $470, including the tailgate, and it netted us $4,700 by the time all the trading was done. We found it in the auto and vehicles for sale area, and the folks, the very last day, nobody bid on it. I offered a super ridiculous price, got it, walked across the aisle exactly, picked up a tailgate from another person that was the exact color, put it on the truck.
What was your best deal here that you can think of?
One of my best deals was the guy who had the 93 S10 Blazer, running, driving, asking $800, and on the last day I offered him $100 cash and he took it. I've had a lot of good deals over the years. Puyallup's like a box of chocolates, you never know what you're going to get.
Every year is always a whole different assortment.
Brand new. Some years you see 10 or 12 Dana 60. Some year you see 10 or 12 Rockwell. Some year you buy tires. What was our second year? We bought 80 some tires.
I don't know too many.
Little brochure.
What?
Let's see, last year I came in about noon, started walking around, and I was looking for samurai parts. And some guy handed me a box of parts. Says, here, just take them, I don't need them. One part in the box, a brand new tower for transmission. I sold for $75. Sold the steering box out of it for $50, and all the other little parts. The best, I think, is I spent $24 on bushwhackers, and with those bushwhackers and a radiator that came out of that same box, I ended up trading that for a Honda XR200, a 96 XR200. That is a beautiful bike that I traded for a Suzuki Samurai. This is like Christmas to us, wouldn't you say?
So are we excited for the swap meet?
Absolutely. Alan's going to be going around saying these are not silent movies.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You break out the camera, everybody goes, "Hmm?"
Yeah.
We got a new RCA movie camera and got it out, and 5 kids were standing and they all went silent.
Yeah.
What the heck's wrong with you guys? Now booked away.
So this is your first time. So
Kind of
what?
excited for it. Hopefully find some good stuff to buy. Alright, Bob. Take it around the other way, Willie.
Got your wagon.
Yeah, and my drag. It's not big.
And you got the wagon for how much?
$35.
Do you think it was a good deal?
I would say so. Check it out. I played on it. Oh, absolutely. How cool is that?
Those are intentional holes.
Cool.
It's not rusted out.
Nope. This will hook nicely to my trailer hitch, and we're gonna take it through.
Oh, yeah, let's lift it.
Jack it up, swamp for tires, and we're going through the pit, guys. Woo! Woo! Hell yeah! Woo! 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 Back.
Oh, hey there. My name's Cody. Here at the swap meet this year, 2016. See if we can't sell some stuff. Hopefully make some money. I come here and first day we like to find the deals out here in the parking lot. I think that's when you make your most money, and then you put your stuff and hopefully tax a little bit and leave with some money in your pocket. Some years though I ended up leaving with way more stuff than I ever needed. I think Alan does the same thing, so we'll see how this year goes.
What's fun about doing this?
Everything. I look forward to it every year. Into a few different motorsports, but it's the camaraderie here is cool, and again, seeing Alan, I see Alan once a year, so it's cool.
It's our visit.
It's our visit. You meet new people. A couple of my other buddies come here, and you get away from everything. And not only do you bullshit and meet cool people, but hopefully make a lot of money and get good deals in this scene and in this motorsports. If you're paying retail for stuff, you're paying way too much money. So here you can get stuff at half price at the worst. Sometimes you get stuff for a quarter of the cost, and it feels good when you're spending a couple grand on each of your toys and your projects, tow rigs, and 4-wheel drives, and anything in between.
And you just got a new truck, and you're gonna try to sell the old one.
Yeah, I got this one. Needed something. I've been buying and selling a lot of rigs, so wanted something a little more reliable. So I wanted something I'm a little more comfortable in. So hopefully I'll sell the first gen here at the swap meet this year.
That's one of the goals, at least.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Usually it is. So.
tuned by like magnets in it.
Huh. So it's old technology. There's nothing
it's like-
electronic in
no.
that. We're moving.
Barely.
So you guys ready?
Ready.
You guys ready for this?
Ready for this, buddy? Yeah, buddy.
It's now about time they're ready to open the gates and let all of the vendors into their spots. So we're getting in our trucks and getting ready to pull through the gates. All our lines are color coded for our different areas, and we've got spots in several different areas and different color codes. So we're all headed in at different times as they let us in, and headed in towards our vendor spots. Usually it's pretty rainy and cold this time of year. This year's an exception though. It's actually good weather, sunny, pretty dry. But it's nice to have our indoor spots either way. And that's our home base.
Oh, you need the tape.
Great, thank you.
You couldn't hit a car wash before you got here?
I was expecting it to rain the whole way over and pressure wash it for me.
And now starts the long process of unloading everything. All the parts and things that people brought with to sell. I didn't bring much this year, but everyone else did. Now it's time to get everything set up, everything set out. Our designer clothing rack. There. Yeah. Got a Crawl magazine sticker on it. This is Kevin Reese's and he already sold it to Greg. Oh, this is yours, right? Some are already out shopping. Some are still setting up. And I'm here disconnecting my battery as per fire code. And then still helping set out some of the stuff that I brought and everyone else brought. Getting our carts ready. Getting our stuff displayed. Well, now that we're kind of set up here in our spots, I'm going to go ahead and do some early shopping because, well, the best deals are to be had before anyone else can see them. So, I'm looking around here, seeing what little stuff is out and what vendors are still around, trying to snag that good deal. There's a lot of people that bring stuff to just really sell it for cheap because they don't want it anymore. There's a lot of stuff here that's very cheaply priced. There's stuff here that's overpriced. There's stuff here that's just on display. You never know what you're going to find at the swap meet. And that's part of the excitement about it. But this cart is really getting on my nerves.
Much better.
Well, now that I've lubed up the wheels on my janitor's cart, we're going to go ahead and set out some other parts here that I brought to sell, like these Chevy rear leaf springs. And some other friends are stopping by too to see where they can maybe stash some parts they're buying or selling.
Did you try calling?
Yeah.
Because my phone was in charging.
I have 2 sets of tires and a bunch of odds and ends. A tailgate. The tailgate I could set somewhere. That'll be fine.
Yeah, just...
Now we're talking here with AJ for a little bit. He used to own the C4 some years ago. And still setting up, getting the carts ready. Last parts and pieces on display.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go out one more time looking for parts. And I guess my wheels are still squeaking. Oh well.
Saw at the same time.
I don't need the saw. Let me see what else. Let me find something else.
I'll find something.
I found something else now.
Well, Nick, Brandon, and I are browsing around, picking up a few things here and there. And oh, here's Mike Millward's spot. They have this spot every year. They've been coming for a long time now. Oh, there's Super Jeep on the left. Let's see what else we can find. I just got a good deal on these racing harnesses.
Yeah, we'll put those on one of the big blocks.
The welder.
If it still ran. Ooh.
And I picked up a few other cheap odds and ends that I can use. And this training and transfer case. Still browsing. Still got room in these carts.
Yeah. There's nothing special about that. Well, this is supposedly rebuilt. I got a bunch of those.
Yeah, it's the same with me. I got a bunch of those. I used Will's last one when I was
Trying to keep up on my messages, seeing who else is coming up to the swap meet, and meeting them at the front gate with their passes. Nick Burns and his dad are here, and I gotta give them 2 vendor passes so they can get in and they can browse around too. Let's get our wristbands on here. Head back in. And now I'm getting a phone call.
Hello? We have 5 spots there, but we've got to put that box truck over there tomorrow.
Sometimes it's stressful coordinating stuff, but I don't mind doing it.
Yeah, we have 119 and 120 to use. I think 218 was the one we were going to put the Dodge in, maybe.
How many spots you got this year? 6. And selling a lot of bumpers.
346.
Oh, that works.
Done.
Dennis from the 4x4 store is getting all set up here. And just kitty corner over at our spot. I'm headed back over to see what else is going on and sort through some of the stuff that I bought I haven't unloaded yet. Dave's here checking us out too.
See, the Chevy was more rounded up here.
It bolts to that the
does it
Chevy
bolt
belt
up?
housing, yeah.
Okay.
And this is a flywheel for it. And it's the Cummins.
You've got a rare bird right here.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I figured I couldn't pass on that.
This is that.
Yeah. Well, I know because I thought I'd seen people with these adapters
Yeah.
trying to sell them just the adapters alone for a couple $100 from me.
Safe to say I got a pretty good deal on that Cummins adapter, but let's check out this cart.
Hi, Alan.
Well, you bought some heads now.
No, this is all stuff from Carter.
Oh, he bought some heads. Oh, this is the stuff that's for sale.
Yeah, for sale.
So I guess we're bringing more stuff into display for sale.
So how are things going?
Right now.
Now?
Not grumpy anymore. Right?
Who's
Not so angry.
got an iron, but we can't use his TV. I gotta get you here.
Nice video.
Yeah.
You're getting a Jeep. Okay.
Oh yeah, I was just getting a Jeep.
Oh, yeah.
You just happen to be here.
Now Whitney's doing her best to make reservations for dinner, but I'm not sure if we're gonna make it on time.
Buy anything yet? No, I gotta go look at a spot issue over here.
Well, we came up with a better solution on where to put Cody's stuff.
Ah, so you grabbed the free one.
Oh yeah, I got it. You want it? If you want it, you can have it.
No, I looked at it and I was like, normally I grab free stuff, but it just seems like something else I have to haul.
I'll actually probably use this, just throw it on a wheel for my 4Runner.
Yeah, be a good spare.
I went and bought an Astro van a few minutes ago. That's why it took me so long. I went to a car auction.
Oh.
All-wheel drive Astro van. Drove it here. 200 bucks.
Cody was already wheeling and dealing on his way here. I'm going to take a little break here and talk with Richard and Carly. It's their first time here. Let's see what they think.
That's it. Ben's seen a rear end I'm looking for come in on a trailer, but he hasn't figured out where it is yet.
Well, the time has come for vendor setup day to come to an end. And that means for us, it's food time. But first we gotta get ready, figure out where we're going. Because I had Whitney cancel the reservations because I didn't think we would make it in time or be coordinated enough.
It was getting dicey and I was worried.
I had it all figured out for everyone,
And then I made her cancel the reservation.
and then Alan made me cancel it. And what do you know?
Birthday at the other place.
And
What do you know? It's the same place we're going to.
And it's the same time the reservations were for.
Son of a
Yeah.
perfect.
We wouldn't have made. We wouldn't. If we had had the reservation, we wouldn't have made it at
We
6.
wouldn't have made the reservation.
You know, we have a patio that you can smoke on in our room. That's how fancy
I thought we were going to dinner.
We are.
we are.
We don't.
We're leaving the room that's got its private patio,
Nothing but the best.
its own fence.
Alright, it's time to go figure out where we're gonna go get food at without reservations.
Shit, oh shit, there he is. God damn it.
All right, who wants to race?
Alan, you have a blueprint pillow.
You like that?
I'm impressed. Does it bring out your inner,
My inner zebra.
your inner zebra, your inner leopard?
Yeah.
You're a wild beast.
It's like natural. Staying out for a bit.
Yeah, that was slow.
You want to race?
Yeah.
Well, that restaurant was way too busy for all of us and they didn't allow children, so we're gonna go to Famous Dave's here in Puyallup. But of course, without a reservation, we've gotta just wait in line. We're finally getting in and it's time to order. And I know I'm not the only one that's hungry. Everyone else is too, and we're ready to eat. I just hope it's not my birthday this year like every other year.
If we got 2 of those, we'd probably feed all of us.
No.
No.
I've got a hollow leg.
How hungry are you right now?
I'm so damn hungry I'd eat the south end of a northbound skunk.
Well, I'd probably do something bad to Brandy's goats. I'm pretty hungry.
No, I just like 12.
I'm gonna get the feast for 2 for 1. This one.
You're getting that too? Oh my god.
Both brothers are getting feasts for 4.
It's just as much food.
Well, we gotta sit next to each other. All right.
Chop pork, feast for 2, gotcha.
And a bowl of chili.
And a bowl of chili.
I'm starving.
I'll do the big slab.
The garlic, red skin potatoes, and coleslaw.
I'm gonna do the St. Louis rib and meat.
The mac and cheese. Sweet corn.
No
There was a Famous Dave's Groupon and it just ended.
What?
What?
This is my my second swap meet birthday, which means I have 2 a year.
I said we just got the dinner, tried to tell him it was Alan's birthday, and then he pulls his jacket off and reveals this.
This is not my birthday.
I was gonna go in depth next.
Hey, I'll take it.
But how is the ice cream?
Good.
Hell yeah, it's really good. It's free.
It was better than the singing.
Well, the singing was horrible, but the food was good and the ice cream was good.
That was a feast for two.
Yeah, that's my favorite.
Okay, so what are we doing here?
We're poking Will.
At the same time.
It's a group poke.
All right, ready?
1, 2, poke. Poke. How's that feel, Will? Will, you've been poked.
Well, see you guys later.
I was just wondering, Alan Lundberg, how was your sleep in this fine A-Team vehicle? A-Team van, the birthday bus. Oh, I see you're getting some maid service. Okay, well, I'll leave since you need maid service. I gotta go because I'm gonna sell some. All right, see you later.
Well, I hope they do mobile maid service because I've got to get to the fairgrounds. Today's mission? To sell stuff. And buy stuff, if it's a good deal. We're pulling up to vendor staging. There's already several vendors ahead of us. Tier and Dave are going to hop in with me. We're going to go into the fairgrounds.
This is the A-Team van. It's on TV, buddy.
Yeah, this is on TV, buddy. We got
As seen on. Yeah, follow the A-Team van.
chairs and everything.
There's your Louis Vuitton.
Okay.
All right, yeah. A-Team van. A-Team, boys. All right, doing things.
We always have to give credit to the Spanaway Moonshiners Jeep Club. Every year they put on an excellent swap meet. There's a lot of hard work and organization that goes into this show every year. We're always grateful for it. So here at our vendor spots, we're already set up from yesterday. So we're just here early, and for me to check out some other good deals if I see any before the public comes in, because very shortly, all these aisles are going to be flooded with the public coming in and checking everything out. For now, let's talk with some other friends here.
Hello, I'm Brian Waddell. I'm here at the Puyallup swap meet today. See if there's anything I can't leave and not take home with me. So I didn't come prepared to take a whole lot with me, so I'm gonna try not to.
How many years have you been coming to the swap meet?
I've been coming to swap meet since like '93, so '93, '94. So I used to live up in this area when I first got in the Air Force. I competed in Top Fuel Challenge in 2001, and I won the competition. And then 2005, I was a passenger in a buddy's rig, and then 2012, went back to the Championship Challenge.
As more vendors are coming in, I've got to help Ryan Kettenberg here get ready to load this piece of large steel plate that he got into the box truck so I can haul it back to the Spokane area for him. So we're going to get that transferred over to the box truck once it pulls in here with Nick and Whitney.
I'm Dennis at the 4x4 store, and I'm here to sell some bumpers, winch bumpers for almost any vehicle. We're in Clarkston, Washington, over by Lewis in Idaho. I'm just going to focus on bumpers. Actually, the whole store is going to focus on bumpers. Kind of no more lift kits and all that, just recovery actually, because I get stuck a lot.
Yeah. All right, how are you doing so far here?
Real good, real good. You know, it's been a good day.
Well, Nick, Whitney, and Brandon pulled in with the box truck, and I'm hitching a ride on the back of my trailer as we're circling around to our southernmost spots. And we're going to see if we can maybe put the trailer there.
Anything good?
Have you seen your truck go by?
Yeah, the big box.
Yeah,
There it goes with the trailer.
we thought about trying to angle the trailer in there, but it just seems like a hassle.
So we just unhooked the trailer outside the fairgrounds, and we're just going to park the box truck here at our other spots. And I've already got stuff to put in it. I bought some tires.
Hey, Where am I? Where's the swap meet?
What are you doing? Got your breakfast going on here?
Yes. Yep.
I heard it was mandatory over here.
Girl Scout cookies, here you go.
I just found some free stuff.
How are things going here?
Going pretty good. Hoping for a good turnout, that's what I heard.
Yeah.
So we wanted to sneak in and at least get a spot, on the outside, and hopefully next year we'll be indoors.
There's always a lot to see here at the Spanaway Moonshiners 4x4 and high performance swap meet. Whether it's whole vehicles, rigs, buggies, four-wheel drives, trucks, I mean, you name it. New stuff, used stuff, stuff on display, and I just picked up a used individual tire here. There's Joe. Gonna roll this back to our spot, pick up the other tires that I bought. Sometimes it's a lot of work to do all this, but it's still fun. Well, I just got a message from Whitney and Nick saying to come over with a cart immediately. So I grabbed the cart and we're gonna go see what's up. I guess Nick bought a bunch of tires.
Should have said 2 carts.
And I guess while they were over here, Whitney set her eyes on a trailer.
Let's look.
So we're gonna go check out the trailer, but we're kind of getting distracted with some other stuff that we're seeing along the way here. And I'm getting distracted with the scones. Every year we buy the jelly-filled scones that they sell here at the fairgrounds, and, well, yeah. I like sweet things.
They had a girl booth. I got a bracelet, a new collar for my dog, and a hat.
How many scones?
We bought the big ones.
I really hope there's more left in that bag. And at this point, I'm just eating and helping pull a cart and following. Ah, yes, food. Can't deny food. But Whitney's seriously contemplating that trailer.
Oh, there you go.
You would use it to...
No, no.
You can't tow a gooseneck with my truck?
I'm not towing anything heavy with your truck. It's an automatic. I don't want to owe you anything.
Well, it's time to sit back and relax. You never know who's going to stop by or who you're going to meet or see. And these guys actually recognized my trucks.
Have like a bunch of big ass Chevys, like a...
I might.
Yeah, I've
maybe.
seen you at MOA before a couple times. You have a bunch of different trucks you'll be circling around it.
Yeah, that was probably.
Yeah, it's awesome. Just out there beating.
I used to. None of them run anymore.
You don't have them anymore?
No, I have them. They just sit in the field, broke down, and I don't have time to mess with them.
I'm trying to remember. Okay, I remember you had, there was like a multicolored red and like a gray one, and then you were the one with the blue one though, right?
Yeah. 502? That's my truck.
Is it?
It's not. Yeah, it's her truck.
And a lot of yours are sticks too.
Yeah, I don't run automatics usually.
Nice. I just remember out there that your truck's still my favorite truck out there.
Yeah, they're what I could do with what I had. I keep trying to make stuff better, and it just costs money, so they just sit around.
It's kind of neat getting recognition for some of the rigs that I built that are really low budget and nothing special, but that is my life of big trucks and low bucks. In this case, no bucks got me this set of wheels and tires, and low bucks got me that winch. And I'm still picking up the deals here and there, hanging out with friends, see who else is coming by and who else we recognize.
My name's Ron. I'm at the Puyallup swap meet, the 4x4 swap meet. Been coming for many, many years. Big part of my life and my family's life. Love this place. Well, originally coming as a buyer and then seeing the, back in the day, seeing the need for more vendors, I started a business many years ago and came here and set up and did quite well. It was actually one of the favorite swap meets to come to and sell parts, and loved it.
How was it that we first met? I'm trying to remember.
We first met dealing with crew cabs. I think I bought one or two from you, mid-70s if I'm not mistaken. And then we went up to Ione. My son and I went up to Ione and watched you play around in the mud bog. And you had the Blazer truck, the truck Blazer, whatever you call it at the time. And you're going to the mud pit and blew a tire and had to get your big backhoe out, pull it out. Yeah, and I was taking pictures and stuff like that back then and had a fun time up there.
Well, it was nice chatting with Ron again. Now over here, oh, it looks like Brian and Aaron Woods.
How are you guys doing?
My name is Brian Woods. I'm just coming to take a look at the parts today. Got a couple of Jeep doors I'm looking for, and that's about it. I mean, we just love the swap meet. So this is going to be our next driver. She's already pretty good with the power wheel, but we'll get, you know, four-wheel drive here pretty soon.
Caleb here may not quite be ready for the driver's seat yet, but he sure does know how to bust out some dance moves. And he seems to have taken over my entire stage. Well, I mean trailer.
He wants off the stage. All right, we'll see ya. See ya.
And now Whitney wants to go take another look at that trailer.
Yep.
Okay.
So the mission is simple. To go find out more about this trailer, what condition it's in, and what sort of a deal they'll make Whitney on it. But not only do we need to make sure that it's roadworthy, we also have to come up with a plan to get it home.
So it's considered home built.
For hay, it's not gonna have like the weight dispersion of a car on it.
Well, I'm Charlie Sweezy. And I've probably had this trailer for close to 10, 12 years. And I haven't pulled it for about 5.
Okay.
And that's why the deck gets in the shape of thing. I mean,
So you're the one selling it?
Yes.
Okay.
And the age caught up with me, that's why it was parked. How old do you think I am?
Oh, 60.
No, I'm serious.
Okay, I would guess. No, I don't want to be insulting.
No, you won't be sorry.
76. Woo! High five! Kicking butt.
Now you understand why it was parked.
The wood deck on the trailer needs a little bit of work, but overall it's in not that bad a shape and the frame's pretty strong. And it's got good 8-lug axles.
Okay, so it does have a replacement jack.
Well, while Whitney's considering making the deal on a trailer, Pete and I are browsing around more on the south end of the fairgrounds, looking at some more parts, trucks, whatever. I've already picked up a few good deals today, but there's always a possibility of finding something new and different.
So far I'm not finding anything too exciting, but let's go check in with Zach and Kevin.
So you bought a Samurai, and you might be reselling it.
We're gonna resell it after we take the parts we want off it. Beautiful day.
Make a little money and get what you want.
That's right. That's what we're here for, right?
Yeah.
That is what we're here for.
How's it been for you so far?
It's been a different year this year, that's for sure. I've sold one thing. That's it.
Resold.
Resold, yeah. Nothing, doesn't seem like anything's flying off the shelves this year.
Normally, what have you resold? A lot of stuff.
I've resold tires and wheels before. I've resold lots of toolboxes. This year things are just kind of slow. I don't know why.
What about the deals that you're getting?
I haven't had any home run deals. I've had a lot of little deals.
Day's not over yet.
Right.
That's right.
Hopefully the sun's out, the deals will come.
Usually Kevin gets some sort of a major score or a great deal, but I guess he hasn't gotten anything too exciting this swap meet trip, but the day's not over yet. There's still a lot to look at. Maybe he'll get his deal, and I'm still looking for more of mine. The weather here has been changing off and on, but that's Washington State for you, especially in the springtime. But let's rewind a little bit now, about a month ago in California.
And I hear it blow off, so he's on a turbo in there. Those are always fun to listen to. Got a little whistle noise there, don't he? He's moving right on up through there, Miles. 23 seconds right there. He's making good work on through there. We'll see what kind of bounces he takes, because to make a fast run, you have to go all out. And it just takes that one bad bounce to mess you up. But so far, so good. 38 seconds. Close. Looks like he's right at that 40-second mark. So we got about 4 or 5 guys right within 1 second of each other. 40, 59. That's about third place, Trip.
So how do you know John Martinson?
I grew up with him in Yelm. We rode bikes with him when we were younger, BMX, and then we got into trucks, and then he's into a couple different type of motorsports, and so am I. I bought a Lincoln Town car right out of high school on hydraulics and whatnot, and he was a whiz with that shit, so I brought it to him, and he helped me figure out how to get the hydraulics worked in, and then from there we would go to Natchez and go wheeling and riding dirt bikes and whatnot, and then I remember when we put the Fiat together, and it was Toyota. Before it was a Fiat, it was a Toyota, and then, you know, saw John be a madman, and slowly but surely within a few years make it what it is now. He's always been a Honda guy, so that's kind of where he has a Honda ECU in it and whatnot, and I think that's where the turbo background comes in, and I'm into drifting now, so I have a few turbo cars, and, you know, he's my neighbor, lives 3 or 4 houses down, and if I have a question, I'll give him a call. And always, it's cool that we're into cars together, but it's better to have him as a buddy too. He's helped out quite a bit.
And he was here today at the swap meet?
Yeah, he said it was his first year here. Unbelievably so. Huh. A lot of the stuff he does, well, you know, it wouldn't be here. I haven't seen anything Unimog here.
True.
Very little Honda stuff here. I mean, he has the 3RZ, a boosted 3RZ, but yeah, he don't really have a reason to be here, I don't think.
Yeah, he asked me to sent me or posted something about looking out for Unimog, so I didn't see anything.
I didn't see a single Unimog thing. He has a weird niche for finding that shit. He has another, I know he did, I don't know if he still has it, has a real Unimog that when the Ghoulie was down, he would take through LB with the Unimog, and then, you know, a few of our buddies, they would ratchet strap a lawn chair down on the bed of the Unimog and wheel LB. He has a niche for finding those Unimogs.
It's neat in the community of four-wheel drives, trucks, and off-roading to meet different people and see how everyone's connected. I met Cody Griffith here at this swap meet many years ago, first time we came. And John Martinson I got to see run at Top Truck Challenge in 2014 as an alternate. Anyways, back here at the swap meet, we're picking up some stuff here. Nick's grabbed some sort of a chair, and we're still browsing, seeing what sort of deal we can find. Looks like now the storm's coming in, it's starting to turn to rain, and everything's getting wet. Let's go back inside to the main building.
Justin Hansen, Custom Edge Effects and Vinyl Works. We do custom edge glasses, tiles, vinyl stickers, Coeur d'Alene, Idaho. Love the show.
How do you do so far this year?
It's been a great year. Love the fact that it's raining outside. It brings everybody inside.
Well, another thing that's inside one of the other buildings is that trailer, and Whitney is making a deal.
So why are you excited?
Because I just bought a 20-foot gooseneck trailer for $1,000.
And it was originally priced at,
$2,500.
and even at that price, it wasn't a bad deal.
No, it's a very good deal. It will haul hay beautifully.
Well, it looks like Whitney got her score of the weekend, but not everyone else has yet.
How do you do?
I sold absolutely nothing, and I bought nothing.
What? You're supposed to be wheeling and dealing.
Usually I am, but we got put out in the rain and washed out.
Yeah, every year is different. How many years you been doing this now?
This is our 7th year as a vendor. Been coming here for 12 years.
I believe this will be my 4th year in a row.
Oh, I can't remember, 10 plus years.
About 5 years. 8. Probably for about 10 years or so.
This is my 4th year.
My first year of going was 1997. That was on my own. I took the Greyhound bus over to go to it and met up with a friend, and then the next year the whole family went over, and ever since then it's been a family business function.
A couple years after they started. But I used to do a Pacific Northwest Jeep Jamboree over there, and all those clubs are the ones involved in that swap meet, so there's no way you could be on the trail with them and not be at their swap meet.
What's the fun part about wheeling and dealing, buying, selling stuff at a swap meet?
Oh, it has to be meeting people. Meeting new people, seeing old friends.
Not only do you bullshit and meet cool people, but hopefully make a lot of money and get good deals.
Hunting for the right deals, haggling. Just to come look at everybody's stuff and
all the trucks that are there.
The different rigs and stuff, you get to see what people can do with their stuff. It gives you ideas.
It feels good when you spend a couple grand on each of your toys, your projects, tow rigs, 4-wheel drives, and anything in between.
Starting off with new fresh parts to play with.
And more than likely, whatever it is that's in your heart's there. You just gotta look hard enough to find it, and for the right price.
Sometimes you get stuff for a quarter of the cost. And
you can get a good deal on something, you know. There's always something you may or may not need.
The chase, the finding the used part, and the wheeling and dealing for the used part, so you can get that piece you've finally been looking for. And it's the gold. It's the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
Finding what you need and didn't realize you needed it, and you'll see it there.
Some years you buy complete vehicles, some years you buy 80 tires. You just never know.
Something for everybody. And then the free stuff at the end's always fun. We always fill up the rigs right at the very end.
Always came away happier than if I hadn't have gone.
It's pretty fun.
That's awesome.
It's one of those can't miss events, for the year.
It's a disease.
Wheeling and dealing, you end up meeting people.
Sure, absolutely. Big community, but then again, it's a small world.
What do you find fun about it?
Buying things and making money on
What
things.
about selling stuff?
I like selling things. Selling things when you've bought them for a lot cheaper, and then you turn around and sell them and you make $40 10 minutes later. It's awesome.
What about Nick's seats last year?
We don't talk about Nick's seats last year. We don't talk about the seats.
That's why the mud truck's not finished, because we don't have seats and harnesses.
We don't blame the mud truck not being finished on girlfriends. It's not allowed.
No, we blame it on not having seats and harnesses.
Well, maybe last year Whitney resold something of Nick's that she shouldn't have, but he's always looking for more new stuff.
I'm gonna go trade this out. This one's got a flat. It's gonna blow out.
While Nick takes a pit stop for the cart, Dave just got me some stuff.
How about that shit for free? I'll remember you thought you were good. Look at that. Look at that.
Now let's check in with Ben.
How's it been going so far?
Still good. Almost sold everything we bought.
Get any good deals on stuff you wanted? Or?
Everything that I wanted seemed to fly off the shelf too fast when everybody else had it. We come for the fun.
Yeah.
It's part of it.
And now let's talk with Cody and see how he's done so far.
I did good.
sold everything, and then bought a few little things, a lot of junk. But I sold all my junk, so I'm allowed to get some more junk.
Hey, that sounds like good reasoning to me.
Well, so how do you do so far?
Good.
Find anything interesting?
I found all the original parts for the finished Land Cruiser to be 100% original.
Oh.
Pretty rare parts, made some good contacts.
So your first swap meet experience was?
Awesome. Great. Loved it.
What did you buy finally?
I bought an electric over hydraulic pump for my vendor, and I bought some crazy ass looking axe thing for the neighbors that I don't like.
So at least you got something.
Oh yeah, I definitely got something. I came out of here with a win for sure. Yeah.
How do you do this weekend?
I did well. Sold several sets of tires, bought a tire machine, bought some aluminum JK fenders.
Well, at least AJ finally got something, and I picked up another free tire. Let's talk with Greg.
So how we do? We got a trailer load, or you got?
Yeah, we got 8 tires and wheels, that full of stuff, a Bronco roof, lift kit for the 1 ton, 3 high pinion Dana 60 centers so we can build some high pinion rears, a bunch of good stuff, bunch of tools, storage containers. Oh, we got Dodge DLD TKs for inventory.
So good year again?
Yeah, a bunch of good stuff. Yeah, a bunch of good inventory. Yep, and then this truck will look totally different in a month as it'll have a 4-inch lift to 37s on it that we got here.
Swap meet upgrades.
Swap meet upgrade, that's a fact.
Greg, Mark, and Tom are on their way to get loaded, and looks like Tier and Dave sold out on their big tires and axles. Now we've got to load up my trailer, it's all our stuff, and start getting ready to get out of here. Dennis and them are picking up, getting loaded, and so is everyone else. This is where taking the box truck was nice. Just throw everything in.
How do you do today?
It was a pretty good day. Some deals were had.
Get anything good?
All small stuff, nothing really big.
I mean,
No, it was good. It was good when it was sunny, not so good when it was rainy. But yeah, no, we found some things. We're happy. Definitely coming back next year.
headed home now.
Yep. Drive back to Spokane tonight. Didn't get the deal of the day like Whitney.
Oh.
The trailer though, that was a pretty good deal.
Woo! Start me done.
All right, let's get out of here.
We've been doing pretty good the last several years now, getting off the fairgrounds in time. There was that one year when we were the very last ones there, and they were really wanting to kick us out of there, but we just had so much stuff. But now we've got a good routine going, getting stuff off the fairgrounds, switching stuff around if need be, and getting headed home on a timely basis, unlike a few other years that took forever. All in all, this was another great swap meet, and we thank the Spanaway Moonshiners Jeep Club for all that they do every year. And we'll see you this next year.